Hey, yeah, so I was reading the word with my dear friend the other day. And while we were going through Bible study and we were talking, we ran across the Beatitudes. And the Beatitudes, we know that is very famous to go to for Bible study. And it wasn't our focal point, but we ran across it. And while we were looking and reading, it said, "Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will receive peace." And there were a few other ones, but I'm just using those as I'm talking to y'all. And what I noticed is that in order for you to be a peacemaker and in order for you to be merciful, you have to be in situations to where it's unfavorable. You have to be in situations to where it's hard, to where you have the opportunity to actually be a peacemaker or to actually be merciful. So with that being said, there's a lot of people who they just want it easy. We pray to God and we say, "Lord, please, make this easier. Make this go away. Make this just change to where everything will be okay, because I'm tired of this." And I'm not excusing the fact that you are tired in the situation, because I get that. I've been there. But as I kept reading and we kept talking, I said, you know what? When we read the Bible, when we read about Paul, we read about Peter, we read about the disciples, we read about Jesus himself, they didn't have favorable situations. There's actually a part where they talk where I believe it was Peter. It's in Acts chapter 4. I think it's Acts 4:41 or Acts 5:41. It's one of those. But they said that they actually were happy and they rejoiced for the fact that they were persecuted for Christ. And I think that we have it so misconstrued of, if everything is okay and everything is going my way, then everything actually is okay. But in reality, when you are being persecuted for doing good, when you are doing good in the midst of trouble, that's actually a blessing. So I want us to switch our mind frame. I want us to think about this in a different way. Even though it's tough right now, I have the opportunity to depend on God, because truth be told, if everything went right, if there was no problems, we wouldn't have a reason to actually go pray and talk to God and consult him. But with everything going wrong, we have an opportunity to depend on God. So before we say, "Oh, I'm good," or "Oh, I want it to be easy," let's go back to God. We need him. We need to depend on him, because without him, we wouldn't be making it. So before we say, "Oh, well, I just want this to pass," and it will, let's be real, it will pass. But at the same time, we never want to be independent. We want to be dependent, because the word tells us to be like little children. And when we think about little children, what do? Sometimes they get on your nerves. They be like, "Mom, like Stewie." Like that little clip of Stewie where he's just like, "Mom, mommy, mom." That's exactly how our kids do us. "Can I go outside? Can I have something to drink? Can I have a snack? What we eating for dinner? Where are we about to go? Are we there yet?" They depend on you for absolutely everything. But yet we want everything to go right, but we don't see that the problem that everything going right causes. If everything went right, we would not need God for anything. Our salvation came from Jesus. We need him. And the thing is that when we come to a place where we say that we don't need God, we become independent of God. That means we become one. We become an individual. So the thing is, I encourage you today, instead of looking at your problems and looking at hardships in a light of, "Oh, I just want this to go away. I just want it to be easy. Just fix it." No, that's an opportunity for you to dig. That's an opportunity for you to pray. That's an opportunity for you to actually become a peacemaker, for you to actually become merciful. So I encourage y'all, I love y'all, but look at your situations different. And the thing is, when we do things with God, God can do the impossible. He can do the things we can't do. So I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. And think about your troubles differently.